name is Maren, and I'm soon 22 years old. I'm from a non-Christian family, or they're not atheists, but they're not like Christian either. So when I was brought up, I was raised like a normal girl, normal parents, nothing special, but not religiously. I haven't really had any religious, how can I say, upbringing at all from my parents. They have never talked to me about God, I think. It was mostly my grandma who was kind of religious, or they were religious enough to sing bedtime, not stories, but they were telling me stories about just, how can I say, light Christianity. Like they were talking, kind of, not talking, but they were saying kind of duas. I don't know how to, it's like a prayer. It's like songs, like goodnight songs, which you thank God when you were singing them. But that's really all. My uncle is somehow religious, but he has never talked to me about religion too much either. It's just normal, not very much practicing, but just normal. Well, I have always believed in God, regardless of my parents or family or friends. I always have believed that there was something higher than just being a normal human being and doing nothing with your life. But I just never had that connection with the type of God or religion that was. But I always had like this feeling that there is something, like when something was bad, I used to kind of fold my hands and pray, because that was what I thought I was supposed to do. Like that was the only thing that I knew how to do. Like, so I think I started going to church when I was maybe 15, 16 years old, because I felt that I needed to do something. But that was it was around the confirmation time, I think. And for a while before then, I had been searching for a religion, something. And I called myself a Christian because that was the only thing I really knew about. And I started to going to church, and I went almost every week until I had my confirmation. When I did have my confirmation, I tried to go a lot to the church, so I went like 2 or 3 times a week, and I also tried to like practice. I tried to like kind of become like a deeply Christian, because I had to find something, and I asked a lot of questions and kind of wanted to do something, but I didn't find what I was looking for in the Norwegian type of Christianity. So I tried to go to another church, Catholic church. Tried to search around there, but I didn't really find my religion in a way. I think what was driving me towards like finding God or religion, I don't know. It's just a feeling that there is something there, something that has to have created everything. I mean, you can't just everything around you. If you look at it, I just felt there was something. I think it's a feeling I can't really describe, because it has just been there. It was just a need, an urge. My family used to nag me about it, like, you're going to church, you believe in God. Why? What's the point of that? Media was kind of a big, how can you say, a big factor to why I didn't like Islam, because it was so much bad about it in the media. I didn't think it was possible to follow a religion which is only war and bad people, suicide bombings and things like that. And also the people that I saw that were Muslims were behaving bad. So I thought, if that's Islam, I cannot compare to that. I don't want to relate to that in any way. I think it was difficult for me to kind of try to learn about Islam, which I just associated with bad things. I have never been able to believe that Jesus is God's son. I have always thought that's impossible. I mean, he can't have a son if he's God, because he has to be unique and one of a kind, and you can't have a son because it just seems unjustified to God. So after I realized that, I had to kind of search for myself, within myself, to see if this is something I can stand for, if this is something I can believe in. And when I searched inside Islam, this was actually the first thing that I realized that I can stand for. And this is the first thing that I really do believe in. And when I found out that, I couldn't help it. I had to become a Muslim. When I converted, there was like a time period when I met some good people who were very nice to me, who knew that I was interested in Islam. So there were also some of the people that I used to talk about Islam with. I had decided that I did want to convert, but I didn't know how, and I was not quite ready yet. So I started following them where they went. It was a religious kind of group who had some events for non-Muslims and Muslims as well, of course, but it was mainly for non-Muslims. I followed a friend there once, which I've known for many years, and she told me that take your time, don't convert if you don't like, and you don't have to do this. I said, no, I'm not gonna convert today. I don't want to convert today. This is not my day. At this event, there was a guy who was talking about how non-Muslims are going to hell regardless of, like, even if they behave like extremely good or anything, you're doomed. And if you want to convert, you have to convert as fast as possible because that's the only way. And I thought that I was not ready to convert because I had the feeling about Islam is the right thing. But still, I mean, there has to be a time for you when you feel like this is my thing, this is something I need to do for myself. They kind of like ambushed me in a way. They like talked to me so much that you have to do it. You have to be an inspiration to others. You have to convert because you have to show others that Islam is the right way, and you have to do this. And I said, no, I don't have to do it. I want to do it, but not this way, not in this kind of way. Because if I wanted to convert, I wanted to have an imam there and have like some of my closest friends or something, just because it was for myself, it was not for anyone else. But they said that you cannot do that. You have to show the others that you convert, or else it is not like a valid conversion. And I knew that that was not right because I had been asking some friends about that earlier. And they said that you don't have to have so many people there. It's not like something you have to do. It's between you and God. So I thought that, okay, then I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this today. But there was a Norwegian convert, actually, a grown woman, who came to me and she said, you don't know what you're doing to those people who are sitting here. They are just waiting for someone to convert. They are waiting to see this. This is what they came for. And I said, but they didn't come for me. They came because they wanted to listen to the speaker. They came here because they wanted to by themselves. They didn't know that I was going to convert today because I didn't plan that I was going to convert today. And they say, no, but still, maybe there are someone here, sitting here just waiting for someone to convert so that they can kind of be inspired to keep on practicing Islam. Maybe they're supposed to give up, but because you convert, maybe they don't give up. And I sat there and I thought about it, and I didn't really want to do it because it felt wrong. But there were so many people that I didn't know, and also people that I did know, who came to me and started like kind of nagging, like, come on, you have to do it. Come on, please, come on. why not? Why not? What is stopping you? You don't want to become a Muslim? You don't think Islam is right? And I thought that, I thought it was right, but not like that. So the agreement was that I was supposed to do it with just an imam by myself and I think 2 or 3 others. And so then I said, okay, fine, I can do it. And I thought I was going to do it along with the imam. And suddenly the speaker who was speaking on the stage he raised from his chair and he said, there is a sister here who wants to convert. And I thought there was someone else, because that was not what I was supposed to do. So this man, he said that the sister is sitting there, and can some sisters show her where she's going to go? And I thought, okay, maybe they're going to take me to another room. So I raised from my chair and went with 2 girls. But they followed me to a microphone on a kind of small stage on the top of it's like a girls section. And I didn't know what to do. I felt so surprised. I mean, this was not the agreement that we had. So I felt very surprised and I didn't know what to do because I felt so kind of caught up in a corner, I think. I mean, it was just like, there you go, come on, convert. And I felt that I had to do it because I felt that it was like something that they were that was the whole point of the entire thing, that they wanted someone to convert on that stand, just to not for my sake, but for their sake. I felt that they needed to have that, they needed one more convert in their convert bank. So after I converted, said the Shahada, everyone was hugging me and they gave me a little box of books and such. And after that, it was over. There was a period of time after that where so many people just contacted me randomly, people I have never heard about, people I've never seen, contacted me and they wanted to be my friend just because I was a convert. I mean, that's wrong. And they took me to the mosque. It's a mosque in the city. And they placed me in kind of a course, like a convert course. And I went to this class, but I mean, with some other girls also who converted recently in that time. And they were teaching you how to be a Muslim. And they told you so many things that you had to give up, on that day. You had to give up, for example, your family, not giving them up totally, but they said that they are not Muslims, so you have to make them Muslims, or you cannot live with them. That's that. And I said, yeah, but still, they're my family. Family is important in Islam, so I cannot leave my family. They said, no, but if they're not Muslims, you cannot live with them either. And when I, after a while, started to realize that a lot of things they taught me was too extreme. It was they practically want you to give up everything else than just this, the things they kind of focus about. And I mean, sure, you have to live a certain way when you're a Muslim, but still, Islam is something that you can, it's not just a religion, it's a lifestyle. You cannot just give up everything else. You have to live your life like a normal human being. The people that I went with in the beginning, there were a lot of Wahhabis and Salafis. I didn't know the term Salafi or Wahhabi when I was going there in the beginning, because first I thought that this was the way Islam was supposed to be, because that was the only thing I was kind of able to learn. They didn't really want to tell me about any other kind of sects in Islam, because they just, everything else is wrong. So because there were so many people in that mosque telling me that this is the only right thing, in the beginning I felt that if they say this is the only thing, they know best. They're Muslims. They follow this thing, so they know better than I do. But after a while, I was not feeling so well about going there after a while. Well, they made me feel, I mean, those people made me feel good when I did what they wanted me to do. But if I talked back or said that I think this is wrong, I don't feel like this is something that I should do, or I feel like this is not the right thing to do. If you said that, they kind of rejected you in a way. So that is their strategy, to like kind of make you do the things that they mean is right. And if you don't feel good about it, then and don't want to do it, then you're not a good Muslim. Easy as that. And after a while, I actually almost left Islam because of that. I think that is so sad, because so many people, when they convert, this is the only thing they learn about, because this is kind of the first people you meet. Even though that you know Islam is right, you're not able to find everything by yourself, so you need someone to help you. And these people, they are willing to help you, but they are only willing to help you in their way. And they made me feel so bad about myself, so bad about my life, and just so bad about everything that I did. I felt like that I was living like that's wrong. There was some point that I actually started to wonder about if it's like even legal to breathe. I mean, seriously, they make everything haram, like everything. So it made me feel so bad that I, at some point, almost left Islam. But alhamdulillah, I met some other people after a while, which kind of helped me realize that this is wrong. It is not right. But after all of this, I met some other people, some of them I actually knew for long. I just didn't know that they were following another sect, because later I discovered that they were afraid of like talking too much about it, because they were used to being rejected by like people that were their friends. So when they realized that I was kind of struggling with all of this, struggling with the way that the people who I had been taught about Islam, the people that taught me Islam, that I was struggling with this way of practicing, they told me to come to their mosque. I started going there, and when some of my other friends heard about me going there, they told me not to go. They told me bad things about Shiaism, and I started to question everything, like everything, Islam, Sunni, Shia, everything. But when I went to that mosque and met people there, I felt so much more welcome. They welcomed me with open arms and told me that take your time, regardless of what you have been taught before, and regardless of what you think about everything that you have been through, just ignore it, because here you can be yourself and take your time, and we're going to help you in a easy way, like your way, your time, everything. And I thought, yeah, okay, why not? I still like Islam, so the religion, like, I still believe in that God, so okay, I'll give it time. And so I did. I mean, the way those people just makes your life so much easier just by telling you, no, that's not haram, you can do that, you just have to be careful, and yes, you can do that, that's not a good thing to do, but you take your time, just stop doing it one day at a time, take your time, baby steps, whatever you like. And that was something I was not used to, because I was used to the thought of that you should give up everything that day and stop doing it. And for some people that might work, but I had And through my life, I've been through a lot of things. So I cannot just change my life in one day. You need several days, maybe a week, a month, or maybe even a year. And they said to me that that's okay, just take your time. And I didn't went so often because I was kind of tired of the entire thing. So I just wanted to stay away from everything. But after a while, I just started to get that feeling back again, the feeling that I had when I started to read about Islam. I got that feeling back because people were so nice and they were showing me Islam in a different way. I mean, it's many of the same stories, of course, but the people, I mean, the stories in Shiism, like, I mean, I never even... I knew that the Prophet had a grandchild. I knew that he had Hussein and Hassan. I've heard about them, but I always figured them as just children who were playing. That's all. But when I learned their stories also, I thought that, why haven't I heard of this before? Why is this like a hidden thing in Sunni Islam? I mean, that was one of the things that spoke to me. I mean, the story about Karbala, the story about the entire... what can I say, selection after the Prophet died and everything. It was like, I never heard of it even. It was like a thing that you just hide away in Sunni Islam. In Shia Islam, you have like, you can ask questions that you cannot ask in Sunni Islam. If you ask those questions, you're kind of going towards a kafir state, like you cannot ask questions. And to me, it is important to ask questions. I mean, that's one of the ways and one of the reasons that I found Islam in the first place, because I asked questions. And I can ask questions to anyone, and they will try to find the answer instead of just attacking me by, this is wrong, don't ask that question. Sister, stay away from this. Sister, stay away from that. I can ask questions, which is one of the most important things to me. I mean, how else can I gain knowledge about something if I don't ask questions? And that is one of the most important things that led me to stay in this mosque and to kind of enjoy being in the mosque. I don't feel like I'm kind of... I feel good when I go to the mosque, and I think that's one of the things that you need to feel. I mean, you're supposed to be happy when you're practicing a religion, because you cannot follow something that doesn't make you happy. It's a way of life. Are you going to go around and just stay miserable your entire life? That's wrong. And I learned that when I came here, and after a while I had to be Shia. That's the only thing I think that I can do and feel that is right. And that is mostly to some of the amazing people that I find here. So my life today, compared to how it was before I became a Muslim, and also the way till I found Shiism, I mean, alhamdulillah, I'm just happy. I mean, I have good friends. I have had a different path with some of my friends and also my family. And of course, it has been difficult for my family and friends to accept that I have kind of changed my whole being. Like, I've changed my way of eating, changed my way of dressing. The hijab apparently is a huge difference from what I used to be dressing like. And I mean, to my family, it was difficult in the beginning because they had the same view of Islam as I did before. And of course, it is hard if you think that your daughter is going towards someone that you think is bad. But today, alhamdulillah, I have a great relationship with both of my parents. They have learned to realize that this is something that I do for myself, and that this is something that makes me feel good about myself, and that I just have a peaceful lifestyle. That I don't go out late. I don't hang out with friends that are bad for me. I mean, it's good. And also my friends, like the closest one, I have one, or I have some Norwegian friends that I've had during the entire time. And I have lost a lot of friends. I have. But I mean, those who stayed are also those who are worth keeping. And they accept me just the way I am. And but it was in the beginning, it was very tough, especially in the beginning when I converted to Islam. It was tough because people didn't understand it, and when you're like a new Muslim, it is also difficult to explain. I mean, because it's, you know why you did it, but other people don't necessarily understand that. But my lifestyle now compared to before is a lot more peaceful. I go to the mosque as often as I can, and I try to help translating some books. And if there are any like gatherings here, I try to help as much as possible by doing small things. I am not one of the most active people in this mosque due to a disease I have. But I mean, everyone in this mosque contributes to what they can. And I think that it's important to do what you can and not do so much that you cannot kind of have your own life as well. So what I do now is I translate books. That's probably just something I do, not too often, but when I can. And helping just randomly when it's possible.